Hey guys, BuildZoid here. Welcome to a new kind of video. I'm standing up, I'm holding my own mic. Mostly because I feel a little more at ease doing it like this than like sitting in a chair and trying to figure out what to do with my hands to not make them it's really weird when my hands are like way up to the camera relative to like the rest of my body because I'm sitting in the chair and resting my arms on the table in front of me. So yeah. Well, that's just random guff. What this video is really about is the fact that I have no idea what to do at this point. There's too much stuff in this living room for me to play with, and I'm really bad at it, and it's literally gotten to the point where I don't know what to play with first. That's a legitimate problem for me, okay? It's a very first world problem to have, but it's a problem. Oh my god, I just realized there's so many graphics cards in that rack over there that I still need to work on. That hits like a train of bricks, doesn't it? So here's the thing. There's a GTX 1070 right over there. That's insulated and ready to go on liquid nitrogen. I'll probably stream that this weekend. Not tomorrow, because I need to... There's a reason why the camera is pointed at that wall right now. Let's just put it that way. This place looks like a... Well, actually, it's not that bad. It's bad, but it's not the worst it's ever been, but it's not stream level. It's not stream ready, so I need to clean up quite a lot, especially because I need to move the big rig onto the desk. The desk is currently completely swamped with stuff, so yeah. You know what I don't like about these IKEA desks? This thing is like curved. Like actually all of my IKEA desks are really badly, like the big long ones I use are really badly curved, all of them. It's really concerning. Like, I look at that, and it's just like, that desk is, like, not gonna last, is it? At this point. It's just gonna... all my stuff is gonna die on it. Oh, man. I need to get, like... What I'm gonna probably do is I'm just gonna buy some more of those table legs for IKEA tables and just, like, put them right in the center to prop them up, because I can't think of a better solution. I don't really want to go spending money on, like, good desks. To hell with that. I mean, as long as I can still... Because it's like, at the end of the day, I don't really care about the fact that there's no legroom under those desks. Because I'm using them as box storage facilities anyway, so... Yeah, that's one of the... Yeah, this is just random rambling. But basically, yeah, AHOC right now has a problem. There is so much stuff here that I don't know what to do first. I've had a lot of people going like, do Ryzen, do Ryzen, do Ryzen, do Ryzen, do Ryzen, do Ryzen, do Ryzen. I get it. You want to see Ryzen on liquid nitrogen. I've run a little bit of Ryzen on liquid nitrogen. It did not go very well, because it was on the extremely cheap Asus motherboard, which really, like, that motherboard shouldn't even be in the same room as a tank of liquid nitrogen. But it is. So, poor board. It made it. It survived. And I'm actually, like, it's probably going to go on the junkyard or something, so, at this point. But the Tai Chi is, like, I want to wrap up things elsewhere before I get into Ryzen. And right now, I think the most... Like, here's the thing. I have a huge backlog. It's like, I still have a ton of stuff I want to do on Z270. I have a ton of stuff I want to do on... Well, on X90... Well, it's not really a ton of stuff. I might just... There's stuff I want to do on X99. I have a truckload... Well, I have still 3 more CPUs I need to bench on AM3 Plus on liquid nitrogen. Then I have a very, very special surprise coming potentially. Like, it's not certain, but there's a very special surprise coming potentially soon. And that will be just amazing when that happens. That'll be freaking, like... That'll be awesome. Can't wait to get to do that. But that's far out, so I don't really have to worry about that. You might be like, okay, so all this practical content is like, you can't make up your mind. Why are there no PCB breakdowns? Because I am, I've not kind of lost track of what I've done PCB breakdowns for and what I haven't done PCB breakdowns for, but the biggest issue right now is, like, a lot of people are like, do the Zotac card, do the Zotac card. It has a 16 phase. It's crazy. We want to get a video on it. The problem is Zotac decided that it'd be really, really funny if they used a MOSFET that doesn't exist in terms of documentation. It does exist. It's on the freaking card. It's called the QN. That's the problem. QN 3107 and the 3103. So you have the QN 3103, QN 3107, and I can't find a datasheet for the damn things. They just might as well not exist. They're not on Ubic's site. Ubic doesn't, as far as I know, have a QN MOSFET line at all. The only problem disproving that is that there's the Ubic logo on the damn things, and I can see that on every single photo of the Zotac 1080 Ti. Those are Ubic MOSFETs. It has their little stupid 69 logo on it, which is actually supposed to be a BQ logo, but they've basically moved the two letters such that they're like the B is lower than the head of the Q, so it looks like a 69. But yeah. So that's a thing, is like I can't really do a video on that card because I have literally no idea what those MOSFETs are. Because if I look at the most similar by model number MOSFETs, they're trash. They're absolutely awful, and it's just like, I mean, here's the thing: when you have a 16-phase VRM, yeah, you can get away with using absolutely trash MOSFETs because there's so many of them, right? You put the current across that many MOSFETs, and you put the heat output across that many MOSFETs, it kind of stops mattering that the heat output is really high because the freaking PCB, it's like you literally have a huge amount of surface area that is just heatsink, essentially. So I would totally understand if the MOSFETs were actually completely garbage, but I'd rather not pass judgment like that before I get information, because I've been wrong before on the Gigabyte Gaming Extreme PCBs, where I'm like, oh yeah, these are totally quadruplers. They're not quadruplers. They're just doublers in a single double doublers in a single chip package, which basically doesn't mean there's like doubling. What it means is you have two PWM signals in, 4 out. So you can use one. So if you want to build a 4-phase out of a 2-phase, you use one of these. If you want to build a 8-phase out of a 4-phase, you use 2 of these. And if you want to build a 12, like what Gigabyte has on their Gaming Extreme cards, you use 3 of them. And it looks like a quadrupling scheme, but it's not. It's a 6 to 12 doubling scheme using rather hard to find ICs. I don't have data sheets for those either. Like, they also those actually also don't exist on Ubic's site. I should just hit up my contact. That's an idea. That's a great idea, Buildzoid. Why do you never come up with this when you're not on video? This is why I do these kinds of videos. How long is this? 7 minutes. I think I'm not gonna. I don't want to really waste your time any longer. But actually, you know what? Drop a comment down in the down below on like what you'd be actually interested in, because here I'm just gonna rattle off some things right now. HD 7990 heavily modified. I want to run that on water cooling. I want to run the HD 7990, the heavily modified 7990 I have, on its current cooling system with the capacitors it has. No volt mods, just mess around with the BIOS. Run that on Z270 for Unigine Heaven with a water cooler on the 7700K. That's delidded. I might even actually, you know what? I've got it like. Speaking of delidding, there's one thing that just absolutely infuriates me, is all the people who are like, do I need to reglue? And it's like, how do I put the chip in the socket? It's like, I've so been tempted to just grab a freaking CPU, grab my 7700K, and show people how I install it in the motherboard socket, which, that's like a 3-minute video. I should have totally shot that, shouldn't I? That's the kind of thing, it's just like, I might do that at this point, now that I've realized I can do that. But yeah, it's just, and I can make it silent, so, you know, I don't have to grate on people's ears. But yeah, so 7990, Unigine Heaven on Z270. I want to bench Z270, we just do some RAM overclocking on it. SuperPi 32 million, I really want to break my old record, because that one is like 5 gigahertz. What was it? 5 gigahertz and It's on X99. It's awfully slow. So, assuming I get a Windows 10 install, no, Windows 7 install. That's the thing. I need to build a Windows 7 install for Z270 and Ryzen as well. That's another thing I need to do. That's going to take forever. Well, no, that's just going to be a pain. It's not going to take forever. It's just a pain. So I need to do that. But yeah, so I could do some SuperPi. So basically just 7990, Unige in Heaven, Z270. That's going to be cool. I've already tested the card. It's already faster than all of the other 7990s on Unige in Heaven. Once I get some BIOS mods on it, it's just going to blow them away, in my opinion. That card has some pretty experimental mods, and I'm not 100% happy with how it turned out. So maybe one day I'll rebuild like because basically I just strapped a bunch of capacitors to it. And the card does do 1200 core clock, like actually over 1200 core clock, which is pretty crazy for a 7990 on air cooling. But I think I could get more if I use better capacitors, because I've done some testing on the capacitors, and it's like what is it? 2917 package SMT capacitors below cylindrical polymers out of the freaking water. It's crazy how big a difference it is in terms of just performance that they pick up, like in terms of megahertz overclocking. Just a huge difference, but which makes sense because capacitor stuff. But yeah, so those are kind of like I'm considering redoing the card with like better capacitors. But yeah, we can bench the card as is right now already. It's pretty freaking fast. There's a 380 I need to repair. I'm not sure how I'm going to be repairing that. And actually, that's just a video I don't want to be doing anytime soon. I need to do a lot of testing on that. 4-way Fury X on Z270 with liquid nitrogen on the 7700K. 1070 on liquid nitrogen, that's a done thing at this point. That's happening on X99, not on Ryzen, just because Ryzen is just... it's wonky. I can't put Ryzen on liquid nitrogen and bench 3D on the GPU and the CPU at the same time. So maybe I'll do like 7990 Ryzen 3D Mark with Ryzen on liquid nitrogen, or we're not going to run Ryzen on dry ice. Dry ice temperature range on Ryzen is awful. You can't do anything. The memory stops working above 2666. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. So that's an idea. What else is there? There's a Z270 and Wi-Fi. I did say I want to review that, but at this point it's just like you're not supposed to use it on liquid nitrogen. Still true. I'll do like a memory overclocking thing on it, I think. Something like that. There's a bunch of AM3 Plus CPUs I have to rebench. I have a Phenom 965 Black Edition, a Phenom, and that's a Phenom 2 X4 965 Black Edition, Phenom 2 X2 550, and a Phenom 2 X2 560. Those still need to get benched. I want to run them for 3-core benchmarks, as well as whatever hardware points they get. They get like stupid high points for SuperPi 1 mil and CPU-Z validation. So actually I could show you how PS Check works in that. But that's more like stream content, and I'm more thinking like content for the channel itself. Obviously, if there's any PCB breakdowns you would like to see, you can drop them down in the comment section below. And if I like the card that you've chosen, I'll do it. I won't do... like just, you know, I'll do interesting cards, and I actually have a huge backlog. Well, actually, I don't have a huge backlog. It's just there's some cards out there I should do. I'm really wasting your time, aren't I, at this point? So I think I threw out enough ideas, haven't I? Fury X's, 7990, SuperPi 32 mil, 1070, Phenoms. What else is there? There's the 590. There's the 570. I might run that on dry ice. We might run the 570 on dry ice. But that's like far future at this point. I'd really like to do more Pascal testing at this point. Like the 1070, it's like after you just break all of NVIDIA's fancy software, is just like... It actually works really nicely, but it's like at the same time I'm an AMD guy, and so I was hoping to pick up a 7970 today, but... mining craze, there's no GCN for miles! There's no GCN left on Earth, except GCN that I already have, and GCN that's currently grinding away coins. But, yeah, that's kind of a thing. So, Um, that's it for this video, I guess. Stop wasting your time with my incoherent rambling at this point. But yeah, just drop ideas for like what you'd like to see on the channel, because I'm just all over the place. Like literally, I have no idea what to do next. And there's a ton of testing I need to do. Like I need to write a schedule. The problem is that's like a skill I've never picked up, and I did say I want to end this video, so let's do that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't bother liking this garbage, because quite frankly, that's what it is. You should already be subscribed if you're watching this, just because otherwise it's this is just completely random and lame. Some guy ranting at a camera about computer hardware that he needs to test. So yeah, that's it. And I've just realized my mouse is all the way over there, so I'm gonna have to duck out. You can check out the wall of dead. Yeah, most of it. It's either boxes or dead stuff, so you can call it the wall of dead. And that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and see you when I come up with when I finally get my head wrapped around what I want to shoot next. So that's that. Goodbye.